so what we'll do is we'll go straight on to your single leg stuff. Okay, and then from there we'll go outside, do your running mechanic work, and then game ready. I've then got to take Jermaine up for an appointment, so Neil, sports scientist, is going to do your lower leg session, and then game ready after that. And we're all good, we're all set. Alright?
See you fall into tragedy, into tragic door. See you fall into tragedy, into tragic door.
Obviously, Jack was playing in a game and was tugged from behind. I've looked back at it because obviously I wasn't here at the time. The previous physio was here, but from the look of it, it did look like he had some kind of knee pathology, some kind of knee injury. But it wasn't until later when he had the scans that he'd actually ruptured his ACL. So very common to Theo Walcott, who's just been done. And he also had a little bit of other ligament damage in the knee. He had 4 main ligaments in the knee. Jack has actually damaged 3 of them. So he's had reconstructions of all 3. At the same time, he's had a little bit of cartilage removed from the knee, and one of his hamstring tendons that kind of inserts around the back of the knee, he also avulsed that, so he had to have that stitched down. So it wasn't something as simple as a Theo Walcott. It was a lot more complex than that, but the good news is that he's done really well, and his rehabilitation is starting to consolidate out on the pitch, and he's looking good. It's looking good.
So what can you do as a physio with him on a day-to-day basis to keep him ticking over?
Okay, well, on a day-to-day basis, I mean, the thing that's probably the most important is mentally keeping him fresh, keeping him involved in his rehab. Jack's really easy to work with. He's a brilliant lad, and if he's having the odd off day, if he's a little bit stressed and stuff, I can pick that up quite easily. So it's a case that day to day we do try and stick to a routine, we stick to a program, but every now and again we have to go off the rails a little bit with that program just to keep him occupied in his rehabilitation, keep him mentally fresh, keep him mentally switched on. So I mean, on a normal day he'll be coming in. He'd perform some what we call like glute activation exercises, some lumbar control exercises as well. From there he'll have his assessment. We'll do a little bit of manual therapy, so we're looking at improving his range of movement. Also a little bit of soft tissue work in and around the knee for any stiffness that might have occurred from what we've done the previous day. He'll then go and do his what we call like load acceptance work. So he's gone from doing double leg load acceptance on the floor like he's done today onto stability surfaces. He's now onto single load acceptance, which is brilliant for him. And at the same time as well, we're now introducing him back to running. So we're going through running mechanics, which we'll do out on the pitch later on today with him. At the same time, it's just overall conditioning. So it's keeping his cardiovascular system up on the bike, rowing machine, swimming, and at the same time his upper body strength. He's come on leaps and bounds upper body wise since his injury, and his lower leg strengthening as well.
So obviously during the summer, a lot of players will be away on the holidays. Yeah. Jack will be in pretty much every day.
Jack's been in 4 days a week since the lads obviously finished away at Oldham. He's in for another 2 weeks after this week. I'll then give him a 2-week rest. Myself, I'm going on holiday as well, and then I'm back in for a week, so he'll be back in. And then I'm lucky enough, and I mean it's something that these lads and the players around the country that are members of the PFA have the luxury of having is that he's going up to St George's Park for a week to work with the England physios. He's already been for one stint, a 1-week block. He's going up for his 2nd week block at the end of June, beginning of July, and then probably about another 2-3 months down the road, he'll go for his final block when he's really kind of pushing to be back in his training.
Treasure
So Jack's obviously been out for a few months with injury, so we're working on, he's had a little bit of atrophy on his legs, so we're working on hypertrophy today, trying to build a bit of muscle strength and size back in his legs. So we'll be doing 4 exercises, working around 10 reps on each exercise with quite little rest, so we can get a lot of work into his legs, a bit of damage, a bit of growth.
Is that the key, obviously, just to get him, obviously it's very easy to do an exercise and have a long rest, but he needs to keep doing it, doesn't he?
Yeah, so just getting him back into it, doing more sessions, he'll get used to it, trying to increase the strength in his muscles. We've built him up, obviously from quite a lightweight to obviously a lot more heavier now, and he's really progressing quite quickly. Actually, he's quite surprised of how much weight he's actually lifting, so he's doing really well. So yeah, just keeping on top of it, getting as many sessions in as we can, just to get him back stronger.
It's a long process, very repetitive, but all the steps that I need to do really to get back fit. Yeah, like I said, I've moved on to the next phase now, so I'm outside jogging and doing like some running mechanic stuff, so that's sort of the next phase. So it's refreshing to get outside, and now the sun's out as well, it's nice.
Yeah, physically it's tough, but mentally it's tough as well, isn't it?
Yeah, there's been days where it's hard. You've got lads like this to get you through it, so it's not been too bad. But when you get to the next stage, like now I'm outside, it's like a new chapter, so it's not so bad. But I'm sure after I've done this for a little while, I'd want to get to the next step, so that'll be the next challenge when I'm sort of hit a pattern with this.
Yeah, is that how you do it mentally? You do it in little chapters, you think, well, you've got through that bit, and that's the next bit, and that makes it a little bit easier when you read it. Yeah,
I think that's probably the best way to do it as well. So if you look at, if when I first done it I focused on the day I get back playing, like it wouldn't be that nice. So you got to take it little stages at a time, and from little things like I was doing everything double-legged, so I was doing double-legged jumps, but to move on to like single-legged jumps, so you're on one leg, even that little step up is like a new chapter, and now that I'm outside, that's another new chapter. And when I open up the leg that I start running, that'll be another new chapter. So from now, it's probably the best bit now, because I'm out doing more, and there's more to look forward to now. Really.
Yeah. And how important has it been, not just to have obviously physios with you every single step of the way, but you've had players in and around the dressing room who've made that real life a bit easier?
Yeah, obviously I've been injured for most of the season, so throughout the season there's been different boys in here getting treatment. So there's always a new face in here, but even the boys who aren't injured come in and get some equipment, like some foam rolls or something, so they're always asking how you're getting on, and you're always seeing all the boys anyway. Once I'm done in the gym, I'll go back in the change room. It's normally about the same time they've finished training, so we're all together all the time, so I still feel part of the team and part of the group. Just that I spend a lot more time with John than they do, really.
How key is your family been in all of this in terms of supporting you and helping you get through it? Because obviously once you leave here with physio rehab, you obviously go home and you've got to adjust to that. Yeah,
they've been great, really. Obviously you've got a little girl to go into, so she kind of takes my mind off things. But yeah, like Miss has been supportive as well. Always trying to keep positive, and just looking forward to the day that on the pitch really.